This is Jeff Durkin with We Are Change CT, and as you've seen with our different coverage of interviews with whistleblowers, activists, and journalists, there's another case that's coming up which I think people should go to at least to cover and to witness what's happening. The case I'm referring to is Activist Cecily McMillan, who, if you've seen our coverage of her first trial, our interviews with her attorney, Marty Stoller, along with several other activists or people related to the case about her trial. Now, with the first trial going on that took place in April or May, that took place earlier for around a month or so, where she was sentenced to 60 days at Rikers Island and was released on July 2nd, 2014. Now, with this second case that's happening on October 6th, on Monday, this coming Monday, I definitely encourage people to be there because this case may be even more important than the first one. Not in the sense of being charged with felony assault, which she was charged with on May 5th and then sentenced on May 19th to 90 days at Rikers, and ended up serving 60 days for that charge of felony assault of a police officer. This case was brought up several times during the trial without a lot of facts to it, which will probably come to light more during the trial during this coming week when the trial starts on Monday, October 6th. This case has to do with something that happened on December 2013, where Cecily noticed two people that were being harassed by cops inside a subway station because of them jumping over a turnstile. The people that were involved in that jumping the turnstile were ended up released without charges. But with her case, she decided to document cop watching, essentially, filming police with video cameras and documenting for accountability purposes and transparency on both sides. When Cecily decided to do that, the cops noticed that and decided to take action on that, because when they looked up her record, she noticed that the incident that took place, which was basically the body of the first trial where she was sexually assaulted and arrested for not refusing to leave Zuccotti Park on March 17th, 2012, which she was leaving. She complied with the orders and then ended up being grabbed on the right breast by Officer Bovell. And this was brought up during the trial as a result of because of the bruises that were all over her body after the arrest and assault took place on March 17th. But this case was brought up several times by the prosecution as a result to attack Cecily, to demonize her in that front without any evidence that was brought up during the trial. The prosecution basically assumed that it was completely true and that you couldn't question those facts that were in that case for December 2013. But going back to that incident in December, the cops noticed that Cecily had the open case because it was after the first arrest. This was before the trial in December 2013 when it was happening. The cops decided to go after her for that and ended up arresting her for that. And the charge that they're trying to put, the prosecution, is obstruction of governmental administration, which could result in a year in prison for Cecily, again at Rikers Island, where she was recently released in July in 60 days as a result of the felony assault charge. But this one carries a maximum of 1 year, of sentencing of 1 year. Basically, the charge is where it's interfering with police, which we've noticed time and time again, cops tend to use that charge against people that film police or film for accountability and transparency purposes, when police tend to act up, to assault people for no reason, to tase them, to even shooting them sometimes for no reason. So this is definitely an important case, not just for activist for Cecily McMillan, but for also other activists and other journalists that tend to film police, because time and time again it's been proven by several Supreme Court cases that it's completely legal to film police at a safe distance, not obstructing them, of course, but still filming them from a safe distance to document the police and what's happening. We've seen also the rise of body cameras that police tend to use, but that's not the one endgame solution. The solution is also for people to take action to put cameras in their own hands, to document police what's going on in their neighborhoods, in their communities. So this case, not just for activists for crushing dissent, but for also journalists, for anyone else that is for transparency and for accountability. People really need to look into this case. So I definitely encourage people to First, check out our videos from the first trial for the related charge from Cecily McMillan for our videos. You can check out the links below in the description and also in this video. You could check out the links for all of our playlists from our coverage of the first trial. And the second trial for people, you could find the description below for the information to be at the second trial in New York City, which will be at 100 Center Street in New York City on Monday, October 6th, starting at 9:30 a.m. That is the first day of the trial where jury selection will take place, along with other issues related to that. So I definitely encourage people to be there, not only to cover it as journalists, but also to be there in support of Cecily and just to be there to witness what's going on with the justice system, because this is how it really works, where they target activists, journalists, whistleblowers, and anyone in that stature who tends to speak out against crimes and also tends to hold the establishment accountable with video cameras and with the truth, which is the truth is from that video camera, from all of the video cameras. So I definitely encourage people to check that out, and don't forget to subscribe for all of our videos coming soon with all of our different coverage of this trial, and also check out our coverage from the previous trial and also all of the other videos that we have to offer on our YouTube channel. So again, thank you so much everybody for watching, and stay tuned because there's more videos coming soon.
There's this pop culture idea of the trial in America, that the trial is the place where justice is done, where two equal sides battle it out to find the truth. And this is such bullshit. Anyone who has been in a court for any amount of time...
The coordinated attack and efforts to dissuade dissent at large and to personally defame me personally is actually super shocking.